this out. This is really cool. So I think at some point this tree fell over because I think the roots are out by the look of it down there. But it kind of goes across the gorge and then kind of lands here. And obviously it went up further because the end has been cut off. So, and then there's another piece there that broke off probably when it hit the other tree. So that's really cool. Very neat. Anyway, coming up to the edge here, let's take a look, another look at this drop off here. Let's see if we can, look at that. I did show that to you earlier, but of course it was selfie style, so a little bit harder to see. But just amazing. Came from over there, came down that way, and down the steps, up there, and I'm switching back to continue. So on we go. I'm horrible for overdressing. I mean, right now I'm comfortable. I've got my headband on, I've got mitts on, I've got a long sleeve sweat t-shirt, I guess, if you will, with a hood. My rain jacket, because there was a small chance of rain this morning. Obviously with the blue skies that's not going to happen, so I wanted something with a hood that had some waterproofness to it. And then I've got my down-filled winter vest. So at this particular moment, fairly comfortable. I'm a little chilled just because I was sweating, but that's the challenge, right? When you're kind of out and about on the trails, you deal with getting hot and then cold because you're sweating. And you can't constantly just be taking layers off and putting them back on to prevent the chill factor from your sweater. You would never get anywhere. So I suppose if I was camping overnight or doing something like that, then I would certainly pay a lot more attention to that, because I wouldn't want wet clothes underneath my coat from sweat, because then I would be chilled into the evening. And if you certainly choose to stealth along the Bruce, you can't have a campfire, so there's no way to really have anything warm unless you purposely, bring a canister to have a hot drink. So this is kind of the road I was talking about earlier today when I said it's kind of a dirt road that you wouldn't want to travel on without a good solid winter vehicle if you're coming through here in the winter. But anyway, I'm kind of coming up here to the last couple of kilometers, so I'll do one last check-in before I get back to my car. But once again, just thank you everybody for coming along with me today. Feel free to like and subscribe and all of that fun stuff if you've enjoyed this video. And I certainly look forward to taking you along on future adventures. Okay, so I guess I'm starting to kind of see little spots that could have been a hill, because there's no trees along there. It's just kind of brush. And then down below, it's the same kind of idea. So I wonder if this was kind of one of the runs, because this is kind of the second spot that I've come across. And there's also these really strange, I don't know what they are. No idea what that is. I mean, it's got pipes on it, and it looks like it went into the ground. There's like a handle of some sort on the top with a pipe there. So obviously it connected something, and I've come across 2 or 3 of these. Came across some wiring in the ground that had been cut next to a piece of metal as well, which maybe could have been part of a ski lift or something. But that's really it. So it's hard, like I said, to kind of see what was a ski hill and what wasn't. But oh well, I guess it was here at some point. I mean, they wouldn't put it into the description of the trail if it wasn't the case. Ooh, I don't know if you can see that through there. Look at that view. Trees always make it a little bit more difficult because it focuses on the stuff that's close up. I can't even get out there to kind of get beyond that, I don't think, without possibly falling over the edge. But let's see what I can do. At least if I do go falling down there, I will have you guys to take with me. There we go. It's a little bit better. Gorgeous. Obviously there would have been more to it. Ow! With with all the trees, or with all the leaves still on the trees. But anyway. Well, that was kind of neat. So I just came across two women. They were walking their dog, and they asked me if I was on my way to Tobermory. So I must have a thru hiker look about me, which is kind of cool, since I was just talking to you about eventually through hiking this trail. So that was kind of neat. Now, the one thing that I do kind of find interesting about the difference in Canadian trails and American trails, and I'm talking big ones like the Bruce Trail here and then the AT or the PCT in the States, is kind of how it's all set up. So obviously, you know, like everybody else in this world, when you have an interest in something, you research it. And when it comes to hiking, a lot of people document their hikes exactly like what I do and share it with the world. But of course, with the AT and researching all of that as well, I've been looking at and hearing, you know, all these people have these awesome trail names. And when you do something like the AT, which I've not done, you know, there's so much camaraderie on the trail and so many people, and obviously the majority of them being thru hikers, that you gain a trail name. And I feel like that's something that wouldn't necessarily come up here because, again, the Bruce Trail it's not meant to be thru hiked like the AT. You can't camp along the way, or you're not supposed to. It's considered trespassing because a lot of this trail is on private property. So there are some designated camping locations. However, that being said, they're too far few in between. So they expect you, the organization expects you to take like bed and breakfasts, or, you know, stay with friends or family along the route and not be staying on the trail. Now, that doesn't mean that people don't do that. Obviously, a lot of people do stealth camp and leave, you know, no trace behind, which is frowned upon. But where I'm going with this is trail names. And so when I was at camp, I talked about camp already a little bit. As a LIT, leader in training, you get given a camp name. And so I was about, I guess, 15 or 16 at the time. And it was, you know, you spent your first week at camp. Your leaders got to know you. And then after the first week, you were given your camp name. And mine happened to be one that I just still keep near and dear to my heart to this day. And often refer to it because it is so fitting to who I am and my attitude around life. And so I feel like in a way it should almost be continued and adopted as my official trail name. So I think I'm going to take this opportunity right here by this White Blaze on the Bruce Trail today with amazing views around me and designate myself, my camp name, to be used as also my trail name, which is Phoenix. And Phoenix is spelled with an F, not the proper way to spell Phoenix. And so here we go. So I'm Danielle with Dancin' Adventures on YouTube. Trail name, Phoenix. Thank you so much for following, and if you're enjoying my videos, please subscribe, hit that like button, notification bell, all that fun stuff. And I hope that you continue to come along with me on my journeys as I continue through. Now, our YouTube channel name, Dancin' Adventures, is kind of a play off of my name and my mom's name because my mom and I are best friends. We do everything together, and it's very rare that I'm going to be on the trails by myself. Usually she's tagging along. Now she's being the incredible super grandmother that she is today and watching my 3-month-old for me so that I can enjoy this adventure on my own. Obviously I'm taking you along with me, but there's something to be said about hiking by yourself and kind of that, internal journey that it takes you on. So anyway, my mom's name is Cynthia. She's amazing. So we are Dancing Adventures, and we hope that you continue to, again, come along our journeys with us. So once again, this is Phoenix from the Bruce Trail, solo hiking today and towards the end of October in 2020. I'll check in again with you soon. Well, I'm coming up to the side trail here to take me back to my car. And by the time we get there, we'll have done about 9 kilometers today. And it's just been, like I said, all morning. Just an incredible morning. I certainly encourage you to get out. Get out and enjoy. If you're not comfortable going alone, find some friends. And tree has fallen since I was here last. Just a baby. But right across the trail. It's too big for me to be able to move it. It goes way down over there. Anyway, if you're not comfortable, like I said, going out by yourself, then certainly get out and go with some friends. Just explore. I mean, the biggest thing is just making sure you've got a communication device with you, and just keeping it, making it safe. Have fun. So anyway, thanks again for coming along with me this morning. Phoenix with Dancing Adventures. And man, that trail name feels good. Like I said, Phoenix has been near and dear to my heart since I was about 16, and I've used it for a lot throughout my life. And it does really speak to who I am, coming out of whatever life throws at me with a smile on my face and just a positive attitude and ready for the next challenge. So here we go. Here's to future adventures, and I hope that you're coming along with me. Until then, have a fantastic and amazing day, and we'll catch up again soon.